Good morning, millennials.
Welcome back to The Toast and happy Tuesday, or should I say happy curtain day to all who celebrate. It's curtain day too, and speaking of curtains, hey Jax, how you doing?
I'm darn good. I've chosen the curtain life today. We kind of left you guys on a cliffhanger yesterday. That was also coupled
Won't they?
Coupled with some misinformation about December 4th. Today is December 3rd. I am on The Toast. You did not get Ben. It was a make it work moment, and we made it work. So curtains and
Ben said no.
Ben, did he have good reason?
Yes, he is actually back-to-back shoots today. You know, he's in Brooklyn already filming, collab content, food content, chef-like things.
His reason passed muster.
What?
His reason passed muster. Like
what?
Okay, his reason PASSED space MUSTER.
It wasn't that I couldn't phonetically hear. I seriously have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It's approved, more or less.
Oh, yeah, I approve. It was a good reason. It was a legitimate excuse. Is that what you were trying to say?
His reason passed muster.
Oh, it passed the muster? But
it's just a phrase.
It's not a phrase. I've never heard it. And I know all the phrases.
Now you're making me feel like it's not a phrase. Let me just... Does this pass?
And when did you learn this phrase? Yesterday? Because you've never we're sisters. I've known you your whole fucking life. You have never said that phrase.
Okay. To pass muster means to be accepted as adequate or satisfactory. His reason passed muster. And yes,
is that a phrase?
It is a
reason
phrase.
Pass muster a phrase, or just pass muster means something?
Pass muster in the dictionary means to be accepted as adequate. That's literally his reason pass muster.
Okay.
And no, you're right. It's not like in the last 24 hours I heard that phrase and now I'm bringing it to the show. I don't know what
you are.
I don't know what recess of my mind it came from. I don't know what
inspired
guess what?
Me. That is not pass muster of you. Okay. Oh my God. You ever talk to somebody and they immediately start speaking Chinese? I literally had no idea what the hell you were talking about. His
reason passed muster. And I'm excited for him that he's hitting the mean streets of Brooklyn to film content. More on that.
Yes. More on that. Yes, he's shooting with two acceptable people. You guys know my bar these days. Can't let these people get too close to Ben. He's kind of blowing up.
His breath.
His breath, first of all. And second of all, I don't know. I'm not just letting any old girl come through. So today he's filming. No, Alex Guarnaschelli. She should be on my, and by the way, Ben sent me one of the videos that they made, and he asked me if I liked it before he posted it yesterday. And I definitely I saw sparks. I just want to say, I was shipping them.
Not the Gorn.
Yeah, she's approved. Today he's filming with somebody who is a man, so obviously that's okay with me. Pargilish. And then he's also filming with a woman who is not interested in men, so also okay with me.
Love that. And what are these things that he's filming? Where will we see them?
Ben likes to do all different types of Q labs, some for his page. Right. These are at someone else's studio. So when that happens, it's that person's content. And then Ben will rent a studio and that's for him, whoever's taking the cost, I think. I don't know how it works in the chefy space.
The chefy space. Well, speaking of Ben filming stuff, I have to talk about what you guys did last night, even though I'm sure you were going to.
Oh, actually, I totally forgot. I literally have done 1,000. We're filming really early this morning because Jax is heading home finally. Thank God. Back to our equilibrium. Although I will miss the curtain.
I'll miss the parginess of this studio and the ultra HD and staring camp right in the eye.
So I totally forgot that last night. I was so busy. Not me. Literally working till 9 p.m. I mean, I'm just being an influencer for a day. Try it.
You, Margot, and Ben did an Amazon Live. I watched most of it. It was so funny.
I think that doing Amazon Live is literally my calling. I love to be on camera, so that's just fun. The Amazon Live studio, it's really high budget. When you're an influencer, everything you do is low budget, right? You do it on your phone, look at our studio. But this is being on TV. It's really I would say it's probably just as high quality, maybe even more that's QVC or HSN, the home shopping networks. Yeah. So it's a team of 50 people in the control room. You look like you're on NBC. It's really crazy.
Someone posted the control room.
It's so crazy. So it's just fun to be in that type of fancy environment. And I just think I really was in this life meant to have an Amazon Live show or one type of like home shopping. Like
Sell.
I feel very passionate about the products. Well, that's because I get to choose the products. I don't think if you're like on QVC, do you get to like choose what you're selling? You just have to like hawk stuff. But Amazon Live is like based on your storefront. So like you get to choose the items. I did like Dyson Airwrap, Dyson vacuum, like beauty things that I like. So I just feel like it's really my calling, and I had so much fun yesterday.
I actually turned on QVC the other day because I was just like looking for something to have in the background. And I actually like QVC around the holidays because they've got great energy, and I like to shop. And the way that they could make you buy anything, like they were zooming in on this like bar of chocolate. That was just like,
Jackie, that's so crazy. I also turned on QVC like a week ago.
It didn't even look like, if I passed that chocolate at the store, I wouldn't look twice at it. Actually, like it had like live nuts in it. It was not for me. The way they were talking about this chocolate, I have to try it.
What's a live nut
like
as opposed to a dead one?
Like a whole nut sitting on top, multiple of different kinds of nuts. I'm not nutty.
She is. What are you, nuts?
What are you, nuts?
No,
I'm
actually.
not nutty.
I agree. When we went to Polo Bar for Thanksgiving, we got like almost every single dessert, and the one that we didn't get was the brownie, which is crazy because that's like my go-to, like a warm brownie. It was like a walnut brownie. Like seriously, why?
Seriously, why? And I'm not saying like yucky. I would never eat that. It's like not preferred. I prefer.
I would say yucky. I would never eat that.
You would say.
I think that like it's the same for most like fruits. Except for like, there are certain exceptions. Like fruit is not dessert. It's just like a substitute. So making like a carrot cake, no, that's not dessert. That's how I feel about nuts. Get out of here. What are you, nuts?
I do think carrot cake is the exception, but I'm not going to argue this because like we'll be here for days. We'll never see eye to eye.
We will be here for days.
They were also selling this vacuum cleaner, and I wasn't titillated, but then they were showing how you could clean your kid's car seat with it. Oh. I thought that was something to really consider.
That's how they got you.
Yeah. Practical application of policy.
Practical application of policy.
That passes muster.
If it ain't passing muster, honestly, it ain't for me.
And you know what? Maybe passing muster came out of the woodwork today because I didn't get like a lot of sleep last night, but I got better sleep than the night before. Yesterday, I was not coming up with passing muster.
Maybe you just had a dream.
I was barely passing muster myself.
Oh, don't say that. You were phenomenal.
Yeah. But it just, the brain wasn't hundo P.
Yeah. Well, we have not even really talked about what an exciting week we have at the, maybe like 1 or 2 days. I'm headed down to Florida, obviously to spend time with my family, which I cannot wait for, but mostly because Jackie and I are doing our final live podcast of the year. And let's be honest, probably our final live podcast for quite some time. At the Hard Rock Seminole in Hollywood, Florida. It is our biggest show yet. It is our first show in Florida. Jackie's, it's kind of like a homecoming type of show, very Beyonce homecoming. It's Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Hard Rock Seminole in Hollywood, Florida. We are so excited. It's not too late to get tickets. There are a couple of seats left. It's our biggest show. I cannot wait. I did finally get a dress. Like, it was really hard, but I found one. And if you don't like it, like, that's fair. I'm not saying it's the most beautiful dress, but it fits. And I don't want to hear a fucking word about it.
No,
okay?
If you out there have anything to say about like Claudia's pregnant woman dress, like trying to get a Gisno holiday, like you're a mean person.
You trying on dresses for a Gisno holiday extravaganza when you literally hate your body. Like, try it.
Yeah, I actually just ordered some dresses last night. I'm a little bit behind, but we could always hit the mall, Turdy.
We could, and I also was thinking that green dress, that Simkai that I lent to you, that is now living in your closet, that might fit me now.
Okay.
So that's my backup dress.
It's a great dress.
We have a great show. The stories are what? Like, scale of 1 to 10?
Like not, gangbusters. So I don't want to. The stories are what we make them. I'll just leave it at that. Okay.
And let's make them rock.
Let's make them rock. We also have
Dear Toasters, a weekly advice segment that was moved to Tuesdays. We almost moved it again this week to Wednesday because Jackie is heading to the airport, but we decided to just record extra early to get to the Toasters. And the submissions are very good this week. I'm very excited, very diverse.
However, if we make too much of the stories, we will not have time for Dear Toasters.
No, let's be mindful.
Stop singing our Pargy song, then we won't be able to give you advice.
But I'll never stop singing my Pargy song. They want to make me stop singing Pargy songs, but I was born to sing this Pargy song, and you can grab a spoon and eat my ass.
I love it.
I love it.
Now, I'll never stop singing.
Oh, you know what I'm doing today? No, I will never stop singing my Parchy song, okay?
Claudia, I think you need to get in the studio. Well, I'm actually in the studio, but and so are you. But you need to get into the recording studio and write a song called the Parchy song.
Well, remember when we were like coming up with what Selena Gomez's song was going to be? We actually ended up writing an amazing song.
Yes.
I actually thought of the other day, the song that she ended up releasing, I'll Be Single Soon. I don't know if there is a song that has made less of a cultural impact in my lifetime than that song. The way it came and went, I don't even think it hit the Billboard. Like, it was like a passion project of hers. She like liked the song. She didn't give a fuck. She like made this turnt music video and it's literally flopped.
Such a flop. What I thought you were going to say is you wrote, when we heard that she was coming out with a song, like it was like, I Am, she was doing Easter eggs. We wrote a song predicting.
Yeah, how did it go? Remind me.
I am free. I don't want to.
No, Jackie, I am real. That's Simon Van Gapen.
I know. I like being alone too much to dance with your heart.
We need to get back in the studio.
We need to get back in the studio, and then I'll stop singing my Parchy song when I decide the parchiness is long gone.
Oh, I love. Okay, well, in that spirit, we should stop singing our Parchy song and get to the business at hand.
Without further ado about the Parchy song, here are the fast 5 stories that you need to know.
Wait, before we do the fast 5, like you're actually experiencing something that sometimes happens to me, but like not a lot, where it's like I get to do the toast from the comfort of my own studio. And yes, I have my problems, like my, bad lighting or whatever, but no one's judging me, right? Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. You are singing your Parchy song in front of how many cameramen and I know they hear me.
Just one, but.
Just one. And do you think that he thinks you're a freak?
I can't see him, so.
And do you think that he thinks that like you're like a girl who like started a podcast like for fun and 3 people listen? Like, do you think he knows that like this is kind of like the Joe Rogan of the Jewish community?
Yeah, he definitely knows it's the Joe Rogan. No, he's actually familiar with the toast because he works a lot with Lexus Waters. Uses
okay.
Lexus
cool. Okay.
So you're saying Lexus Waters ate these eggs? Yeah.
That's what he's saying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Sorry. So. The Parchy song is brought to you by State Farm, which is so appropriate because they also have their own Parchy song, and this time we're allowed to sing it. So today's episode of The Toast is supported by State Farm. When you get a new car, a new home, the first thing you might find yourself saying is, how is this real? Or it's giving homeowner. But really the words you want to be thinking or singing are, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there with a Parchy song. State Farm is there, can confirm. They are there with the coverage that you need for your car, your home, even boats, motorcycles, RVs, and other things that matter to you. With a State Farm agent, you know that someone is there to help you choose the coverage you need. With so many coverage options, it can really feel good knowing that you can find what fits for you. And when you need ways to get help, State Farm also gives you options there too. So, I know a lot of our listeners are quite diverse. Perhaps some of you relate more to Jackie. You live a little bit of a slower life. You're not so like tech savvy, bright lights, big city. Like you want to talk to a State Farm agent over the phone or maybe even, in real life. You can do that with State Farm. But they also have an award-winning app and website where if you're just very like Gen Z coded like me, like doing everything online, fast-paced, fast lights, bright lights, big city, you can use their website or their app. So when you need help protecting the things that matter most, remember to sing it like Jax and Claude do and sing that Parchy song in your heart that goes a little something like this. Oh my God. I'm like short of breath these days, sorry. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Wow, that was like my best one yet. Do you want to hit it once? Hit it one time?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Okay. Today's episode is also brought to you by Minky Couture. This is literally one of our sponsors that will actually change your life, like maybe even save your life, okay? You will never buy another blanket again after buying a Minky Couture blanket. And I know what you guys are going to say, like, Turney, why do I need a Minky Couture blanket? There are lots of nice blankets out there, and that's true. And some of them are, you can buy them anywhere. Once you feel a Minky Couture blanket and you like really make it a part of your everyday life, like you will not believe how you slept without a Minky Couture blanket. I take my daily 2-hour nap under my Minky Couture. I don't even go under my comforter anymore, just my Minky Couture. It is the best blanket on the planet. I can't really explain it. Like you just need to feel it. They make so many sizes. The one that I have is huge. So they created the original Hugs blanket. It's a stretchy, plush, and double-sided blanket that literally hugs you back. That's the one I have. I have it in the giant size because I have a king-size bed and I really want it to be able to like cover the entirety of my bed. You really will never experience a blanket that comes even close to your Minky Couture. Plus, Minky Couture is a female-owned business. It was started by a mother who just wanted luxurious comfort for her daughter, and they are passionate about giving back to the community. They have donated over 30,000 mini Minkies, which are their mini kids blankets, to NICUs across the country every year. It's the best blanket ever. They make tons of different sizes. They do make ones for kids that have like really cute patterns. I know Jackie's kids have like the rocket ship ones, and Michaela has like the unicorn ones. That is also the perfect size for a dog crate. I know that's not like how they sell them, but they also make Minky Couturas that I think are perfect for dog crates. So visit softminkyblankets.com. Use our code TOAST at checkout for 50% off all full price blankets. That's softminkyblankets.com. Our promo code is TOAST for 50% off all full priced blankets. Today's episode is also brought to you by Amazon Live, an incredible shoppable video platform where you can explore the hottest products while connecting with the biggest influencers, you know, like myself. You'll get to see products in action and shop as you watch. I'm sure a lot of you guys experienced Amazon Live last night, perhaps for the first time. Amazon Live is like a very first of all, something I wish I started sooner. It's just like live streams with your favorite reality stars, content creators, podcasters, comedians, models, where they are sharing their favorites when it comes to beauty, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to cooking. Ben was cooking last night. So it's like a really fun, engaging, entertaining stream. But then everything that you're watching, all the products, all the clothes are shoppable, and it's on Amazon. So you can literally just add it to your cart. It's literally so easy while you're watching. You never have to leave. You can just like add stuff to your cart. And they were having tons of deals last night. Some of the deals are still going on this morning. But it's so fun to watch. You can follow me there. Follow your favorite creators. They do, Kyle Richards, Lala Kent. And there's always like a lot of drama. I mean, on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season.
It's a main storyline.
It's a main storyline about what Kyle said about Dorit. So there's always like really good tea. Paige DeSorbo's obviously on it. She has like tons of guests coming through. She does like an interview show. It's really the best thing. You can ask questions in the live chat. I was chatting with all the toasters last night. We were giggling so hard. Jackie was in the live chat. Seriously, like it was so funny. Head to amazon.com/thetoast. You'll find all of my Amazon Lives that I've done along with your favorite hosts. Well, second, obviously, because I'm number one. You can also stream and shop Amazon Live's new live TV channel on Prime Video under the DIY section. You can shop along on your phone. So head over to amazon.com/thetoast and you'll find all my Amazon Lives, and just make sure to follow so you never miss a stream.
Thank you. Never miss a turt.
I would never have the dream of missing a turt.
Our first story. Let's go back to the beginning.
Oh, you know what I forgot to tell you?
Oh.
Actually, well, I did tell you, but we never got to chat about it. I didn't get to talk about it on the toast. When I was at Polo Bar actually, I didn't tell you this.
No,
when I was at Polo Bar for Thanksgiving, you walk downstairs into the restaurant. As I'm walking downstairs, who's walking up? Justin Anderson and Kristen Cavallari. Now, Kristen Cavallari walked right by me. I feel like she doesn't like me because of that one thing I said about her, which I stand by. But Justin Anderson, I like love it. I've never met him, but apparently he like loves the Good Guys podcast too. He was so excited, so funny, so nice. He was like shocked to see us. I have never met him before. We're like internet friends, even better IRL.
Oh my God, we're internet friends, and I really like him. And you know what? I'm jealous.
Yeah, no, like meet your faves, because if your fave is Justin Anderson, like he's so handsome. He was so cute and so funny.
And I just want to say, I feel like Justin and Kristen like are aligned, and her enemy is his enemies and vice versa, and who he likes, she likes too. So I actually think she has no issue with you.
Okay, maybe like also she doesn't know who I am and like fat and ugly and irrelevant, which is most
like,
likely the case.
I don't think he would be like liking someone that Kristen had an issue with, like they're ride or die.
Okay, cool.
So that bodes well. But we're going back to the beginning because Laguna Beach high school reunion, their 20-year high school reunion was this weekend. Lauren Conrad went, Stephen Colletti went. You have to remember it's like their year. Kristen's not their year.
Right. But you also have to remember, and this was a reminder for me, that like this was a real school.
No, that is what is so crazy. Like, has there ever been a more high stakes high school reunion? Did anyone have a more public high school experience than Laguna Beach? No. And I need to know who was on the planning committee. Like, and when they were getting like RSVPs, they were probably freaking about like, because there were also just like regular folk who went to this high school and like nobody knew, but they knew Kristen. They maybe had classes with Lauren. Like, it's actually the craziest thing, because I feel like in this day and age, they would never have a reality show about high school kids who are actively in high school. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it seems really young.
Yeah, and it seems crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. What's crazier is that they all went, especially Lauren. But I guess it's
not crazy.
A down-home girlie. I think she lives in Laguna now with her family, so it's like, why wouldn't she go to her high school reunion? But they all went. Lauren, Steven, Trey, Dieter, Morgan, Christina.
I mean, I recently watched Laguna Beach, and I feel like we had this conversation, so I don't want to be repetitive, but it is really crazy how like Lauren Conrad was America's sweetheart. Like, seriously, we were obsessed with her, and everyone who came for her, Kristen, Spencer, Heidi, we hated. Like, she was a queen of America. And I recently went back and rewatched, and let me tell you, she's the worst character. She's so Fabissina. Like, she just likes Steven, and like when it doesn't go her way, she's such a miserable, like, sourpuss fucking face. And all she does is like brag about her parents' new house and like invite people over to the new house. Like, she rides the coattails of her parents' house. Like, her parents' house is a character on the show.
Yeah, and people want to go.
It's being built first season. She keeps like inviting people over to like see the construction. It's like, it's giving loser.
Yeah. In hindsight,
big loser energy she is.
However, it all worked out, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And they had just like a regular, Laguna Beach style 20-year high school reunion. They shared pictures. Everyone was getting together. It's like they literally wore name tags. Like, that's so crazy.
It's also so crazy that they literally had like 3.5 years of regular high school, and then like the last couple of months where they were filming that reality show, and that was their senior year, is what like we all know. But they had a full high school experience.
Yeah. I would love to. They should have had MTV there for the reunion to see, where's everyone now? How's everyone doing? How did the show change your life? Aside
That's
from
actually
Lauren.
a really good point. And I feel like it was definitely something that came across the desk of MTV. Like, why wouldn't they? I'm sure nobody was willing to participate, and that's why. But that would have been a great special.
Yeah. How often does our high school have reunions? Because I would be coming up on my 15th in the spring.
They do every 5.
Every 5. Okay. My 10th was a Zoom that I didn't join.
That sucks.
My 5 I went to.
Me too. Everybody goes to the 5 because it's the first one. You're just out of college.
You're still friends with everyone. Like, it's a night out.
Yeah. And then my 10, I was so excited, and then I got booked. Like, I had a work thing in Canada, and I actually asked them to move it because one of my friends was on the committee, and they were like, no. So I missed it, and I was like really upset. So I will be going to 15 whenever that is, like in 3-4 years.
I'll go to 15 if they host something.
Although I did hear about the 10 was that like significantly less people came, and that makes me really sad. Like, everyone should go, even though I literally didn't, but everyone should.
I don't think 15 will be a big one. I think 20 is the big one.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly from my 5th, it was like really not enough time had passed. Like, I remember we were sitting in like a classroom, and it just like literally felt like a weekend. Like, it wasn't. No,
it was like the Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. Like, hey all, let's
it wasn't weird enough.
Yeah.
You know?
No, like now it's like I wouldn't recognize people, and that's the vibe I want.
Well, that is the phase of life that I'm in. Like, somebody, over the weekend, I was talking to my sister-in-law's fiance, and he was like, by the way, do you know blank? They had just met someone who I went to high school with. In my grade, it took me 45 seconds to place this person. Like, the name just like, I couldn't, and of course, lovely girl, I remember her. People, and Abel like say someone who we went to high school with, and I'm like, I seriously have never met that person in my life.
It's also because we don't have Facebook. It doesn't help us.
That is true.
They're not like coming across our news feed.
Yeah.
That's
Using
why
Facebook
That's
was
why
tough.
We need our reunion, because people need to be able to keep up with us. They have no idea what we're up to.
We're so private. You know?
We're so private. We're not on Facebook.
I love that they shared this. I love that they all went, and they seem to be on good terms.
But that also means that Kristen's is next year.
Oh, yeah. But her grade wasn't, like, interesting to me. That girl, Jessica, was such a messica. Like, it was just Kristen.
Jessica.
Yeah. It was just Kristen.
Yeah, but she'll go.
And that was Kristen's problem, too. That's why she couldn't stop hanging out with the older kids.
Yeah. That is
She'll go,
so
of
funny.
course. She was a queen then, queen now.
She's really been making waves on her podcast. Have you been seeing?
I have. She has decided to give podcasting like her full attention, and she's kind of a born podcaster. She lives in a very interesting life, but she's also like smart and like well spoken. So she's kind of built for this life, and she has a great co-host in Justin. So it's like perfect to bounce ideas off of. I love that for her, and it's a Dear Media production.
Love
Rising
it.
Tides.
Love it. Are you ready for our next story?
Mm-hmm.
So, Apple Martin debuted this weekend at the Paris Debutante Ball. Now,
I'm
we talked about this ball
with
last
the Paris
year, right?
debut. Yes, I was telling you, TikTok has opened my eyes. Last year was the first year I knew about this. It's this really old school, first of all, debutante ball. I know they do that in the South, but like it's really this outdated thing. But the one in Paris, it's like one of the remaining balls, and it's for like an elite international group of gals. So they come from all over the world. It is the richest, the most royal people from, you know, famous families like Apple Martin, actual royals whose parents are some of them are princes, princesses. A lot of them like billionaires in Asia. It's such an interesting group, and if you looked at them, you might not recognize the women besides for like Apple Martin. But But on TikTok, they break down who everyone is, who their parents are, what they're wearing, like their jewels. It's literally Marjorie posts. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's called Le Bal de Debutantes, and Apple Martin went
I feel like they could do better than that.
went in a custom Valentino gown. She looked amazing.
She's very
her mom
beautiful.
was there, her dad was there, her grandma was there. It was really a family affair. It was like her bat mitzvah.
It was like her bat mitzvah. There's so much footage coming out of it too. And I feel like they've very slowly been like opening Apple Martin up to the public eye. I feel like she lived a very normal private life, and now she's a certain age. I think when she turned 18, she did this like little Vogue spread. They've done it very slowly and very tastefully. I think it's clear that like she wants to do modeling or, you know, something. And so this was like kind of her coming out, her debutante, and obsessed. She's very beautiful. I loved seeing the mom and dad and Blythe. A lot of people also didn't know that Blythe Danner is Gwyneth Paltrow's mom. So when the pictures of Apple, her parents, and her grandmother were, people were like, why is Blythe Danner there? A lot of people didn't know that. That's her nepo baby.
Yeah.
Alliance. Obsessed, just obsessed. And it's nice to see them co-parenting, you know, consciously uncoupling.
They're being very conscious here, and that's always nice to see. Lily Collins also debuted at this ball. Did you know that in 2007?
I didn't.
And also so did Scout Willis and Tallulah Willis, which kind of like ruins it a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a little bit more like top tier than that. But I want to see Lily Collins at the debutante
She looks
ball.
adorable, and by the way, the picture looks like it could have been taken yesterday. She's
timeless. You're timeless. Oh, she's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, she's
also,
adorable.
Lori Harvey debuted there, and Ava Philippi.
Oh, I could see both of them. Wait, I want to see Lori Harvey debutante.
As did Billy Lord and Francesca Eastwood.
That makes sense. Like the people who do come from Hollywood, it's not a lot, but it's people from big families. That's why the Willises, it's really a lot, not about who you are, but who your parents are. So while like, yes, Rumor Willis is Bruce Willis, and their mom's Demi Moore, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Lori Harvey.
Oh, and Margaret
gorgeous.
Qualley too.
Classic. Lori Harvey looks sick. This is like my favorite rabbit hole to go down. And shout out to the girlies on TikTok who are like always doing those recap videos telling you who everyone is, what they're wearing. And she's actually the first debutante to wear Valentino, which I guess was like a big deal.
And I think custom.
Yeah. And of course the mother. Well, I don't know why I keep calling her the mother. My best friend Gwyneth Paltrow. She was also wearing Valentino. So it was a really pargy affair. I bet it was like
the mother.
I wonder what it was really like on the inside. Like, do you think it's like a really fun event?
Yeah, but I'm sure it's also like you have to remember that even though these people are like glitz and glamour, like they're still teenagers and they have their insecurities and drama and all of that. So I think it's like a very high stakes high school event.
I love it.
Yeah, really, really cute. That's like now a fun thing we can look forward to every year. Thanks, TikTok, for pointing this out.
It's so true. And that dress was really pargy, like that blue.
Yeah, loved.
And she wasn't even wearing a lot of makeup. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're like 17, but she's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Very. Are you ready for our next story? Mm-hmm. Some almost casting news that's
obsessed.
Pretty crazy. Judy Greer turned down an audition for Modern Family's Claire Dunphy because she didn't want to be America's mom. She said the role felt so limiting. So
okay, by the way, I could see the role was written for Judy Greer.
The role was written for her. They didn't get Judy Greer, so they got Foodie Freer.
Yeah, literally.
And she is so wrong for this.
Does she stand by the decision?
So it's explaining. She revealed in a recent episode of the Dinners on Me podcast that she passed on an audition for the role of Claire Dunphy. She would
have gotten it.
Told host, who's Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who portrayed Mitchell, your fave, that at
Mitchell is not my fave, by the way.
I know, it was a joke.
He's so annoying.
It was a joke.
Who's your favorite on Modern Family?
Manny.
That's a really good answer.
Who's yours?
I don't know. It depends. Gloria's up there. None of the Dunphys. They're all the worst.
I like Gloria's husband too.
Yeah, of course, Jay. It was either Gloria, Jay. Or Cam. Jay! Or Cam, Mitchell's husband.
Yeah, but like he gets bogged down with Mitchell's storylines because you can't watch Cam without watching Mitchell. So I don't want to watch.
No, and by the way, you can't watch Cam without watching Mitchell and watching Lily, who as she gets older talks more, like is the worst character. So yeah, I guess like it's like the best family is Gloria, Manny, and Jay, and that's why they're the best characters.
100%.
Yeah.
So Judy Greer said that at that point in her career, she was starting to play characters with children. In a movie, people kind of see it and then they forget, she said. In a TV show, it's just like, you're a mom. That's it. She added that she didn't even want kids in real life at the time and that it was not even on the table for her. She said, I was like, I think I'm not going to audition for it. I was really torn about it, but I ended up obviously not. Who knows if I would have gotten it anyway. You would have.
I know. You would have.
I was just like, I don't know if I want to be America's mom yet.
Okay, well, good, because you didn't become it, and you missed out on $1 million an episode for like what they did over 100 episodes. Good job, Judy Greer.
No, and like that's like,
and
one
I
of the
think
last
Claire
shows,
is the worst.
That's one of the last shows that benefits from like rerun checks.
Yeah, that and Big Bang Theory. It's like old school syndicate money.
Yeah, like set for life. But okay, you didn't want to be America's mom and be seen in this way.
Okay, so go back to work. Go back to work now.
And also, she did guest star on the show in the first season, like as someone's girlfriend.
Oh, that's interesting that she, in the first season.
Yeah, Phil Dunphy's ex-girlfriend.
I mean, I love almost casting news, and I feel like what's so great about it is that the person, you know, like it's like Harrison Ford could have been Jack in Titanic, whatever. And he ended up being Harrison Ford, so it's not a big deal. But they always express regret. Like, they're like, damn, I should have taken that one, or I was wrong about that one. That's what's so funny about it. But, like, her kind of standing by that decision, like, it was a bad call. And just, like, let's own it, Judy. Own it.
Yeah, maybe, like, she regretted it later in the podcast episode. But this Variety write-up, I'm not sensing the regret.
Yeah, I don't sense the
But I also think, like,
mistake.
when you miss out on something like that, like, it's kind of what you have to tell yourself to sleep at night. Because you can't
so
live
true.
a life of regret. You can't.
Right, because Judy Greer is famous, but she's not, you know, set for life famous.
Right.
That's why the story is it's like Harrison Ford almost, but he's still Harrison Ford, so it doesn't matter, you know? Judy Greer is still a working actor.
Yeah. And
I love her.
Yeah, me as well. She wouldn't have had to work as much.
As hard. She wouldn't have to be in that weird Christmas pageant movie that I almost bought a ticket to but decided against.
What's that? It's in theaters?
Yeah, there was like before Wicked came out, I wanted to go to the movies and there was like nothing to see. So I almost bought tickets to like this. It's called like a Christmas pageant or something. She plays like a mom. And I didn't buy it because it didn't look good.
Understood.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story? Our fourth story, some podcasting news.
Oh, always.
Guess who's launching a podcast?
I mean, who is
I actually, like, it's not the usual because when I tell you this person, you're going to be like, oh, don't they have a podcast / why would they even want a podcast? And it's
Let me hear.
Oprah. Oprah's new weekly podcast will include interviews with Oprah's book club authors. So Oprah is expanding her presence in the podcast sphere. Oprah's book club invites fans to listen to the TV personality in conversation with select book club authors in the Oprah podcast. The weekly podcast will feature Oprah interviewing one book club author each month, with other episodes including discussions with leaders, global newsmakers, best-selling authors, visionaries, and cultural change makers.
That is cool.
She also hosts Oprah's Super Soul podcast, which is why, like, she's...
Oh.
It's not unfamiliar to hear Oprah's name in podcasting, but also, like, she's had, like, a million TV shows. She's just in media, so it's not like we're finally hearing from Oprah.
Yeah, but I do feel like aside from the redheads, like the celebrity book club space, which is becoming really big and really popular, hasn't taken to the podcasting space yet. Like, I'm surprised Reese doesn't do that.
Well,
and
let's
I actually
talk about what this means for the redheads, because she's kind of like coming
for your
us.
neck.
Yeah.
She obviously saw the success.
I think so. I think she saw that there's a want,
a space
for it. The thing is, it seems like we're doing kind of different stuff here, so I'll let her do her thing. We don't interview
And let me tell you why I like this. I just read a book that was in Oprah's book club choice, but it was like a memoir of the person's life. So they talk in the book about when they met Oprah, not when their book made the list, but they met Oprah in their professional life, and they met. Basically, this woman became a ghostwriter, not a ghostwriter, but like an editor. And the person she was helping write a book got chosen by Oprah, and him and Oprah did like a little bit of a press tour, and that's where she met Oprah. And Oprah's like really involved in the books that she chooses, and like she gets to know, she took them out to lunch. She really, it's not like, I feel like, you know, some celebrity book clubs, they just like choose a book, and it's not like, she really meets them. She puts not you, of course not. She meets with them. She like really champions them. She definitely reads the book. So I think that like this is actually a low lift for her because she's already meeting these people and getting to know them. And so like doing an interview, why not?
Yeah.
I actually think this is a great idea.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer and makes sense.
Yeah.
So also she's been doing her book club for 28 years as part of that was like the first segment on the Oprah Winfrey show, her book club.
She's a pioneer.
Yeah. So this is
She
cool. And
actually walked so the redheads could run.
Rising tides raise all tides.
Do you think her and Reese hate each other?
I think that they can convince themselves that they're different. And because they are different in what they
are.
do.
But they're similar too.
Yeah.
I guess Oprah hasn't gotten to the place yet where she's trying to develop any of these projects into movies or TV shows. And that really would be the competitive part.
Yeah.
Because you can have multiple book clubs. But like, I think a lot of people are copying what Reese has done, or at least trying to.
Who do you think picks better books?
I don't think it's about better. I think books that appeal more to me are Reese's book choices. And I think that Oprah's are really serious. I think Oprah's book club reaches a little bit of an older crowd, like a bit more mature, more serious topics. Mm-hmm. And Reese's still like are swirly a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think any of Oprah's choices are swirly. Like the one that in the book that I was reading about, the book that she chose was about prison reform. And then the other one was about the Equal Justice Initiative, that guy Brian. So like it's really heavy stuff.
Yeah. I want to see like a list of her.
I think that might have been the first.
And also I feel like it's a lot of
nonfiction. Yes.
Yeah. Which I like.
Yes. Yeah. So I think I gravitate more towards Reese, but that doesn't mean it's better.
Speaking of, I'm reading our book for the Redheads. We're reading Shred Sisters. It's our last big book of the year. Dana chose it. It's really good so far. I'm really excited.
I'm reading a Redheads pick as well, God of the Woods.
What do you think?
It's long, but it's good.
Yeah, I feel like you're not reading it hastily.
I'm not, but that has nothing to do with the book and more to do with the space that I'm in.
The lifestyle choice.
Okay, calm down. I'm not smoking cigarettes. Like,
are you ready for our fifth and final story?
If it's our fifth and final story, that's brought to you by the Game Time app. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to your favorite live events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. So you guys know the Game Time app. They are a steadfast partner here of the Toast. And when you're looking for tickets to concerts, comedy, theater, whatever it is, Game Time is a place to go, especially with their new Game Time Picks. So it's a curation that makes it easier to save money on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. It's in my opinion, the best feature of Game Time is they're all in pricing. So you can toggle that feature and it'll show you the total that you're going to pay up front. There are no surprise fees at checkout. A lot of times you find a ticket that's reasonably priced. By the time you get to paying, it has almost doubled in price because of hidden fees and stuff. You can toggle the all in pricing and the price you see is the price you pay. It's so civilized. It's so simple. They also offer you seat views where you can get a panoramic view of your seat in the app before you buy. And they offer the lowest price guarantee. Or they will credit you 110% of the difference. With the Game Time ticket coverage, your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code TOAST for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code TOAST. That'll get you $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. Jax, I have a question. What time is it?
Game time.
It's time for game time. Today's episode is also brought to you by Quince. It's great when you can get someone a gift that they wouldn't necessarily get for themselves. A little bit of luxury that they didn't know that they were missing. Well, for quality gifts at an affordable price, our go-to is Quince. And not just for gifts, let's be real. I might go to for Quince for myself, if I'm being completely honest. Quince lets you treat your loved ones, and of course yourself, to everyday luxury, but at an affordable price. So something everybody needs in their closet, an iconic cashmere sweater. And Quince have Mongolian cashmere sweaters starting at just $50. You don't hear that a lot. Real cashmere starting at $50. So the way that Quince is able to make such high quality items, like seriously the same level quality as like designer brands, but they're able to keep their pricing 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They do that because they partner directly with top factories. So they cut out the cost of the middleman and then they pass the savings on to the customer. So you're out here with cashmere sweaters, linen dresses, like things that are gorgeous, high quality, and you've paid 50 to 80% less than everybody else, and you should feel good about that. For ultimate year-round gifts, check out their 14 karat gold jewelry, their Italian leather handbags, their European linen sheet sets, whatever you're looking for, check out Quince. And again, all of their items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince is on the nice list. They only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Plus, they use fabrics and finishes that are premium. And that's how they get that luxury feel in every piece. I have amazing cashmere sweaters, trousers, cardigans, from everything I have from Quince. Wears well, lasts long because it's made well, and I just love it. So gift luxury this holiday season without the luxury price tag and go to quince.com/toast for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/toast to get free shipping and 365 days on your returns. That's quince.com/toast. Today's episode is also brought to you by Armra Colostrum, a patent-pending premium bovine colostrum concentrate that leverages proprietary cold chain biopatent pasteurization technology to preserve colostrum's over 400 bioactive nutrients in their purest, most bioavailable form. So you guys know we're always on the lookout for ways to strengthen our immunity, gut health, improve your fitness, your metabolism, enhance your skin, your hair. Well, we've recently discovered an incredible product, Armra Colostrum. You say colostrum or colostrum?
Depends on the day.
Me too. I've said it in this ad now like 3 separate times.
And someone could tell me how to pronounce it, and it's like Dachshund.
Yeah.
I'll keep pronouncing it wrong.
So many different benefits to taking Armra Colostrum and just adding it into your daily routine. It can strengthen your immunity, it can fortify your gut health, and it can ignite your metabolism, vitalize your hair growth, enhance your skin radiance. And if you're looking to fuel your performance or recovery, you're looking to up your fitness game or even enter the fitness game, being prepared is key. And Armra Colostrum is key. You can harness the closely guarded secret of elite athletes, long prized for its unrivaled ability to take performance to its apex. Colostrum has been shown in research to help enhance nutrient absorption, promote lean muscle building, and improve endurance while fueling cellular repair, regeneration for faster recovery. And we've worked out a special offer for the toasters to receive 15% off their first order when they go to tryarmra.com/toast or enter code TOAST to get 15% off your first order. That's tryarmra.com/toast, tryarmra.com/toast, code TOAST.
Thank you, Code Turt.
And welcome.
Our fifth and final story, a little follow-up news to yesterday's lead story, Vanderpump Rules. Andy Cohen is addressing the bombshell casting change and said it's the absolute right thing to do. So Andy addressed...
he was never going to say the opposite, but let's hear what he has to say.
Right. He addressed the network's decision to replace the series' longtime stars with a new group of close-knit servers on Monday's episode of his SiriusXM show, Andy Cohen Live. He said, Bravo announced, or word got out, that they're revamping the show, and I have to say, this is, first of all, the absolute right thing to do. He said he was so impressed that producers were able to keep the show going over the last couple years, despite the main stars no longer working at SUR. I think what was more impressive was that they were still able to connect it to SUR, not that they could do a show.
Yeah, what was impressive was actually the 2 or 3 years before Scandival. The fact that we still watched, that was impressive, because that was seriously some of the worst television. The Charlie, Danica, Brett, Max years were the end of Jax's career on Vanderpump Rules. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I want to be compensated for watching that shit.
I agree. He said the entire point of the show morphed and changed as it went on, and it wound up that James Kennedy was the only one with any kind of footprint at SUR because he was DJing there occasionally. Right. And now he's gone on and he's got a residency in Vegas and he's having great success. True. And they're all having.
And we're supposed to believe that he is a residency in Vegas, but he's going to fly to LA.
I actually
do DJ at a restaurant that doesn't even have a DJ booth.
I actually do believe that he does see you next Tuesdays or whatever, because so many people come. It's great for him. It's where he got his start. It's actually
believe it.
A good thing for everyone.
But explain to me, and I would love to talk to perhaps Diana or Guillermo, the managers of SUR, how they never thought to invest in a DJ booth. The way they would throw James next to the bar in this on a pedestal, literally with a laptop, no DJ booth, and See You Next Tuesday became a huge event for them. It was just so lowbrow. It just, to see his Instagram, he's literally playing huge festivals, Vegas clubs. He's standing on a cardboard box at SUR. It makes no sense.
No, I know. You know where he wasn't performing? The Science Museum. And that one hurt.
Yeah.
That one hurt. Then he also talked about how cast wouldn't film together. He said, and then you have the others who don't want to be in the same room, much less on the same show with each other, and that makes sense too. So what you were left with was really just a few pieces of what the original Vanderpump Rules was. So I think this is a very smart programming move. He likened the shake-up to the Roni reboot. He said, in Roni's case, we had 13 seasons of a show that was so beloved and so great, and it went on, and sometimes for a show, it's the end of the road, or it's time to curve or swerve or pivot, and that's where we were with Roni, and that's what's happening with Vanderpump Rules.
No, they need to stop bringing up Roni, because I think
it's not a good example.
It's not. And what they did with Roni was they had experienced this with Atlanta, with Jersey, with Beverly Hills, with OC, and they weren't sure what to do with these franchises that had OG castmates, but that were kind of at a standstill. So they took a risk and they did it on New York. And it did not work. And have you seen them reboot any other of those franchises that I just mentioned? No, because it didn't work.
No, and actually OC is coming back from the ashes. And I think a lot of the answers for the future lie in the past.
Bringing back thirsty women.
Bringing back Tamra and Alexis. And that's why now my new philosophy is that sometimes someone needs a break and I don't want to see them anymore, and I'm like, I can't have this person on the show. But that doesn't mean that I feel that way forever. Like, there's a time and place for them to come back, and I think that's what they need to do more of instead of wiping the slate clean, tabula rasa.
It's actually a brilliant point. And there are so many women when you come to think of the New York franchise. I do think that, like, getting rid of Dorinda. Okay, actually, no. But getting rid of Dorinda was important. I feel like she was kind of, and people love her, and I love her too, but, like, she was the real core of the issue in the sense that, like, the women would get blackout drunk, say the most horrible things to each other, and in the morning not remember and not even really apologize. So, like, it was, she really was, like, the worst at that. So I agree with cutting her out. But there's so many women.
And then maybe in 3 years, bring her back. And then also I think people get like a little too big for their britches where like they think this is my show. Yeah. And losing the job for a year or two will teach you that this is a group project.
It's so true. They need to be humbled. Teresa, yeah. But when you think about the New York women that they could have brought back, like very Alexis Bellino vibes, because Alexis is really doing a very good job at shaking shit up on OC. Like, I mean, she would never, especially she's moved now, but there was a time where they should have brought Jill Zarin back. And it was like, so obvious. She would have done it. And she was, if you ever watch those OG seasons, I rewatched them during COVID. She is a star. She is the reason that The Real Housewives of New York is a successful show. She was hysterical. Drama. Even if you didn't agree with her versus Bethany, that was the first big drama on Real Housewives of New York. There's so many New York women, especially a lot of them are a little thirsty, which is good because Alexis Bellino was thirsty. You need that.
You want the job.
There are so many women. So I actually think you're 100% right. The OC formula, which I never thought I would say, they got some good new women, like the Emily and Gina, like that was good. Mm-hmm. Everyone else who came and went, Peggy Sulhani, and like, no. But they got Emily and Gina, and then the bringing back of Alexa. They need to bring back Gretchen. Like,
they need to bring back Gretchen. They brought back Heather.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I'm trying to think who else in New York they could have brought back. There have been
Kristen Takeman?
No.
Carol, Aviva, Heather.
Yeah.
Heather.
Well, they did briefly bring Heather back, and they did her dirty, and she left.
Didn't go so well. Aviva. What about some Aviva?
I saw Aviva Drescher on the street the other day. Did I tell you that?
I feel like you could tell me that on any day, you know?
She's always on the street.
She's always
kind of like a streetwalker.
Aviva,
Jackie, Carol, and actually Andy just said, I forget, it was either on his radio show.
Carol hates him.
They had a come to Jesus moment. They had a big friendship mending conversation.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, those were the days, Bethany and Carol. Like that was
Tinsley, even though she is so moved on.
I actually didn't think Tinsley was a great housewife while she was on. She was just a part of good seasons. So people think of her as like, oh, that was great. She literally left in the middle. She was always whining like a 16-year-old. Like she was actually horrible.
Yeah, no, she wasn't a great housewife, but she was.
No, she was like living in that apartment, and she was just like, it was just chaos.
It was chaos, and you want to root for her.
Yeah, but I think if they could do, because they're definitely doing something with New Jersey. Margaret and all the women have said we have not heard from production. None of us have contracts. None of us have been fired, but we don't know what we're doing. I think if they need to put some OGs on ice. Mm-hmm. And, say what you want, because I feel like it's kind of what we were saying with Lisa Rinna. Like, people like Margaret are necessary for the show.
Yeah.
She is, and she has kept this show, which for a couple of years has been on a little bit on what do you say when you're on
shaky ground?
Fumes. She has breathed new life into it, and I know some people don't like her. She ruffles people's feathers, but look where that got us with Lisa Rinna. Like, bitch, come back.
Yeah. So we just need a breather. Beverly Hills is on tonight, so we'll both watch and recap tomorrow.
Yes, I'm all caught up already, so we will do that, and we'll also we're crushing time, by the way, like just absolutely crushing.
Oh yeah, not a worry in the world.
We have Dear Toasters, and we can relax and just ease into Dear Toasters, our weekly advice segment, where every Tuesday, Jackie and I will take 3 submissions from the swirlies who wrote into us. They're in trouble, and they need us, and we're going to do our absolute best to guide them through with sound of mind advice. If you ever want to write in, you can, of course, do that. Email us, deartoasters@gmail.com, or head on over to our website, thetoastpodcast.com. Scroll down a little bit. There's a submission box. Both ways are totally anonymous. There's not one way that'll get you on the show more than the other. They all end up in the same inbox. Do not worry. And if you've also written to us recently and we've read your prompt on air and you have an update for us, we would love to hear from you. Sometimes you guys just like leave us hanging and it's like kind of rude. So if you have an update, please let us know.
Please.
Are you ready, Jax?
I am ready.
Hello to my favorite ladies. I'm in dire need of your help. I have been dating my boyfriend for a little over 3 years, and he's been nothing but amazing. We hardly fight, we get along, and we just really trust each other. The other day, we were drinking, and I asked him, so is there anything that I don't know about you? Like, have you done anything crazy that is, I guess, concerning but interesting at the same time? He started laughing, and he took a deep breath, and he told me that he slept with his stepsister, who was absolutely gorgeous. I love her so much. I consider her one of my good friends. I'm just kind of shocked and thrown off about this, and I don't know how I feel about it. How would you take this information? And yes, they slept together after their parents were married. Okay, so I'm only concerned because it seems like your takeaway here, like the thing you're most upset about is that this girl, you trust this girl, and that they did this thing behind your back almost, but it wasn't behind your back. Like that they've had this secret that they didn't tell you about. Not the fact that he slept with his stepsister. No, and stepsisters, you don't share a parent.
This is so murky because
it's gross.
But Claudia, it's Cher and Josh, and we all loved Clueless.
Okay. Cher and Josh when Cher and Josh got together, their parents weren't married at the time. They had been married previously.
Yeah, but that's just due to the age, the timeline of everything, that wouldn't.
And by the way, we love, but we also talk about how fucking weird it is.
I just feel if you're gonna sleep with your step sibling, you have to marry them. That's the only way.
No, I'm sorry.
You don't just hook up with
Jackie. I'm sorry. The rule is that you can't sleep with your step sibling.
No, but say two people's parents are getting together, and then the kids kind of get romantic, and wouldn't it be cute if everyone got married? It's only cute if everyone gets married. So I don't know. The thing is, he didn't do anything wrong. I don't have step sibling.
I don't know.
Legally, it's fine. More genetically, it's fine.
Right.
This is just really fucking crazy and not something that most people have to deal with because it's a family. Most people can't sleep with a family member.
No, of course. And by the way, there are different levels of step siblings. Let's say your mom remarries someone while you're in third grade and you live in the same house as a brother. Right. Of course. If you're all grown-ups and you've never lived in the same house together, I understand why it's less weird, but I really will not just sort of sweep over how weird this is.
Claudia, it's so weird, but
of all the people you could sleep with.
Question, is this a deal breaker? If literally she's describing a perfect relationship.
I'm sorry, this would give me the ick.
It's so uncomfortable.
But it doesn't sound like she's even that upset about the incesty vibes. She's more upset that there was this secret that she didn't know. She feels like a betrayal. No, that's the vibe I'm getting.
It's both upsetting because say he slept with his stepsister at one point, but the parents were no longer together, so he never saw her anymore. Okay, that'd just be a weird, a weird, interesting kind of.
No, but they are still together.
But they are still together, so it's both. It's the fact that he slept with his stepsister, but also the fact that they're still together, and so she's always around.
I'm having a really hard time not pressing my break up with your boyfriend button because there's good stuff here, as Steve Brady would say.
Now, let me ask you something. Say that this is the unfortunate truth, and things happen, and things happen, okay? Should he have ever told her?
No.
Is this something he should have taken to his grave?
Yes.
And don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Yeah, let's go back to the whole...
What was the question she asked?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Tell me something really disturbing about you so I have the ick about you for the rest of my days. That's what she asked.
Is there anything that I don't know about you? Have you done anything crazy that is, I guess, concerning and interesting at the same time? You were asking literally for him to say this. You almost knew that he fucked his sister and you wanted to know.
I love how we're blaming her, but
of course,
girl,
no, it's not her fault.
Keep your head in the sand.
Jackie, I'm only blaming her because I seriously don't know how to guide her. This is so crazy. I don't have step siblings. Actually, I don't even know people who have step siblings, really. So, I don't know much about this. We have a half brother, and that's different because we share a parent. Don't
even bring us into this.
I know. It's disgusting. I don't know how to help you. I seriously, this is just, okay, maybe if I don't press my break up with your boyfriend button, I'm pressing my I'm sorry, I can't help you button.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna press my giving grace and holding space button.
Wow, that's really mature of you.
She's describing a perfect relationship. I could see watching a movie about this and watching the parents get together and then maybe the young son and the young daughter a lot of late nights and they hook up. Ooh, awkward, but they don't wind. I could see liking it in a movie, so I'm gonna have to hold space. But I'm sorry to you. I'm
just having a hard time, honestly, not judging everyone involved here. I need to recuse myself from this, dear toasters. I am not thinking clearly.
That is so unfortunate. And this is just a warning to everyone. Don't ask your partner to share a concerning but interesting fact about them.
Yeah, it was such a specific question. Like, you knew he had relations with his sister.
Yeah, and I guess if you never picked up that vibe before, that's good.
Yeah, well, you know this something. Now. And Godspeed to you and your whole family, honestly. Okay, this one's really crazy. Hey, Swirlies. This past Thanksgiving, my husband and I announced our pregnancy. When we broke the news to my mother-in-law...
Like 2 days ago?
Yes.
Okay.
When we broke the news to my mother-in-law, she had a photo shoot with my sonogram. In one, she held her stomach as if she was pregnant. I wasn't in a single photo. She then announced on her social media before I could with the caption, "So happy for my baby boy." I was devastated. My husband told me that I needed some self-reflection, that if I had a baby... My husband told me that I needed some self-reflection if I had a baby just to post on social media. Oh, okay. I was outraged.
I didn't understand that sentence.
Yeah, it took me a second too, but her husband said something really fucking rude. My husband told me that I needed to self-reflect if I was just having a baby, quote, to post on social media. Like, that's all I care about, essentially. Yeah. I was outraged, and I told him if he would treat me like that, he could stay with his mom, and he's been there for 3 days. Girl, stand your ground. These two are nuts. And honestly, as long as people are...
the picture that she posted was her and him in the sonogram.
No, I think just her, the sonogram, and her holding her belly.
Holding her belly. Listen, everyone who sees that picture on her feed is just going to, everyone can see. She's literally showing everyone, how crazy she is.
No, I'm sorry. I think that, when it comes to mother-in-law, antics, you do give a little bit of grace for, her being, an elder and having respect, of course. And I think that this is one of the things, you don't bite your tongue on. This is insane, by the way. Fucking crazy-ass behavior. This is behavior of somebody who belongs in an institution.
Yeah.
Having sonogram pictures with someone else's baby. I don't care if it's your grandson. It's fucking crazy.
It's so crazy, but she's exposing herself, and, you've got to pick your battles. And, seriously, you cannot stress over everything when you're pregnant. De-escalate. Protect your peace.
I know,
the world
but the
is
fact
seeing
that
her
she's...
what did she show? Everyone can see.
The fact that she spoke up to her husband, and her husband took the mother's side and now is staying at the mom's.
Well, that's an issue.
You need to... You can't give in because the point is so large and needs to be made.
Yes. Yeah.
Your husband really should 100% have had your back.
For 3 days and you're pregnant. I don't want to look too much into it. Just...
No, but don't give in.
No. You're not wrong. If you just need us to tell you you're not wrong, that is so crazy. But you also need to protect your peace and lower your stress levels. That's all you can do in this situation.
That's fine. So, maybe you should have, with just the photo shoot, understood this crazy bitch for what she is and just moved on. But the fact that you voiced a concern to your husband and he ended up literally leaving the house and staying with his mom, such toxic behavior. Yeah. And he needs to learn before you have kids. I'm the number one bitch in this group, not your fucking mom.
Yeah.
So he can stay there for as long as he wants. Just know you might be lonely, but he's staying at his mother's house and his mom's fucking crazy. So you will last longer than him. Do not give in.
Agreed. But remain calm.
Remain calm, of course.
Protect your peace.
Yeah, dear toasters are stressing me out.
Yeah. Turdy, protect your peace.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Oh, man, some people are so fucking crazy.
But by the way, you're 100% right.
Yep. Okay, ready? This is also a really crazy one. Hello, Swirlies. My boyfriend texted me in the middle of the day recently to let me know that he'd made a huge sale at his job. He asked me to get dinner that night at our favorite place to celebrate. We had a great dinner. I asked every detail about the sale, congratulated him, told him how proud I was, etc. As we were waiting for the check, I told him a story from my day at work. I work in a hospital, and the story involved a sick patient. His demeanor immediately changed. He leaned back in his chair, crossed his arms, and became instantly cold. He asked me if I was going to finish my drink so we could leave. I asked him if I'd done something wrong, and he said that I, quote, sucked the energy out of the room, and he told me it was, quote, poor etiquette to bring up a story like that at a celebratory dinner. He asked if I would have told the same story if we were celebrating my friends getting engaged. He literally won't let it go. He keeps using the phrase poor etiquette, and I am so embarrassed. Did I do something wrong, or is this a red flag?
Oh,
run fast for your mother, run fast
boyfriend?
for your... Yeah.
Okay, run.
It's time to start fresh. This, you know what this is? You know who I immediately thought of?
Who?
This sounds like something like Zach Bryan would do. It's on the surface, okay, whatever. But it's so manipulative.
Yeah.
And it's so evil. You did literally nothing wrong. Okay, First of all, you made one sale. You didn't
No,
get promoted.
What I see a child that the mood has to be up here for an entire dinner. Like we can't just like have a conversation. And agreed, Claudia. You made a sale. We're celebrating the sale. But
you're not the president. Like, calm
down. The world
down.
doesn't stop. Other people had days too.
Yeah, and like a part of a celebratory dinner is like you still are having dinner. What do people do at dinner? You talk about your days.
Right.
And how long can you seriously wax on about one sale? Like,
no, and also
it's definitely not a whole meal.
If two people got engaged, would you share this? That's different. That's a group of people. Like, the two of you are having a conversation. You're in a relationship. You're sharing your day. That's different than dinner party conversation. Yes, perhaps a story about a sick patient is not dinner party conversation.
I just want to say, like, your partner telling you that you suck the energy out of the room, like, that's not a normal way to be spoken to. That, like...
No, and to say
not,
to
that's
say
not
that,
normal.
To say that it's poor etiquette. If someone like went on and on about my poor etiquette, I'd have to stop them right there.
Like, okay, I didn't marry Emily Post.
Good day, sir.
No, I'm sorry. I'm pushing my break up with your boyfriend button. Like, this is really crazy, and I feel like either he's like a really crazy boyfriend and you have other stories to tell us, or this is the beginning. Like, he showed us really quickly, like, that he's fucking crazy. I would run for your absolute life. Like, he does not sound like a good boyfriend, a good partner. I'm sorry. I know I say that all the time, so like it loses its meaning, but you absolutely have to go.
I'm pushing my this is a red flag button. Evaluate the rest of the relationship.
Okay, that's good too.
And you know, you, dear toaster, dear reader.
Suck the energy out of the room. That's so fucking mean.
That's so crazy.
While she's like placating to your dumb ass all night. You made a sale. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I can't. No, when she said that, I thought he got promoted. I'm like, okay, that's a big deal. Like, that we could talk about. You made one sale. Like, how infrequently are you making sales? Isn't your job sales?
What did she say that he does? Maybe he's like a realtor. Maybe he sold like a.
She didn't say. But still, if you're a realtor, like, selling a house is huge. But like, it shouldn't be like a cause for celebrate.
We can't talk about the rest of our day.
No, like, by the way, if you're a real estate agent who goes out to dinner every time they make a sale, one, either you're broke because you go out to dinner like all the time, or two, you're not a very good real estate agent. Like, it shouldn't be, if you work in sales, it shouldn't be a huge monumental deal to make a sale.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hate breakup.
I'm concerned across the board for the toasters out there. We knew post-Thanksgiving was going to be a rough one, but honestly, I have a pit.
Yeah, me too. I'm just picturing the mother-in-law like having a sexy photo shoot in her backyard with a sonogram that isn't hers.
Just think about what the people on Facebook think. Like, at worst, they think she's pregnant.
She's having a geriatric pregnancy.
She's pregnant. And at best, they see what you see and what we all see.
Yeah. Do they, though? A lot of themselves are probably mother-in-laws themselves, and like, this is crazy-ass behavior that they would
So just
endorse.
protect
let the crazies crazy.
Protect your peace.
We made it. So we totally crushed this time-wise. You're going to head to the airport in style.
We have so much time. We could even sing our party song. I just want to sing it all day long.
I love to go and sing that Parji song. It makes me so happy I could smoke a bong. But I won't because I'm with child. And that's against the law and I obey.
I obey.
Keep sweet and pray and obey. You guys, thank you so much for listening to the Toast Millennium Morning Show, where we deliver the fast stories you need to know every Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts and podcasts can be found on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeart, Castbox, all the places where visit podcast. Find us, so just leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Love ya. Oh, Claude, let's try one here. Let's just see. Maybe the curtain is our secret charm. Okay.
I feel like maybe we did it.
I always feel that way.
Okay.
Love ya. Bye.